Welcome back, Coach Hansen, Coach Seekers. They look like they're catching up out there. The officials, the skippers. Now the exchange is done and we're closing in on first pitch, but not before we get to the Findlay Subaru keys to the game. Cannon, break it down for me. What do you think is important for both these teams to try to get a key win in this 4A state tournament?
I think the keys to this game is definitely going to be defensively. When it comes to pitching and playing out in the field, I think the team that makes the least amount of mistakes is probably going to come out on top here, especially since we've had close games with these teams before, and it all comes down to, you know, who can roll that double play, who's going to keep the ball on the infield and take away that extra run, take away that extra base. And so I think defensively, whoever locks down the most defensively is going to be the team that has the best chance of winning this game.
You know, pitching will be the premium. Will we see a little more scoring? We started to see a little bit more scoring, but one-sided scoring today. And you can kind of tell, you know, earlier today that, you know, Mountain Crest had a little bit better pitching, a little better bats, and then Crimson had a little better pitching, a little better bats, and that's why they've already won already today. And that's why we're seeing Mountain Crest get another shot at Snow Canyon. Is it tougher for a team to beat a team twice, or is it vice versa, the revenge factor? You know, Mountain Crest hungry to try to show them, hey, we were right there. We lost 6-5. We're not backing down.
It's always tough to beat a team twice. That's a big thing in college baseball, at least. They talk about it. It's always tough to get that 4-game sweep. It's never easy, no matter, you know, how much better of a team you think you are. Never overlook your opponent. And I know Mountain Crest is hungry for this game. They want to get that win and show that they can pull out the win here, you know.
Here's the Mountain Crest starting lineup, brought to you by House of Jump, 415 South Dixie Drive in St. George. Caden Dieter, the shortstop, will lead off. J.C. Jones batting second, playing third base. Andrew Nelson went yard this morning, and he will play third. Maxwell Hornsby, the catcher. Porter Budge, the center fielder. Riley Maddock, the DH for this game. Number 7 hitter is Luke Palmer at second. Wyatt Albrecht in right, and Trey Burbank is in left, and Butters is the pitcher, but will not hit in this scheduled 7-inning game. Defense behind the pitcher, Kyson Goetz, Hayden Smith the catcher, Tank Kelly at third, Cruz Sechrist at short, Ince at second, Loveland at first, and in the outfield from left to right, Harrison and Lindsay and Swinson, and we are underway as Goetz fires down the middle. And it's strike one.
Called strike right there. Good to get ahead. Probably talking right now. Maybe they didn't talk before the game about signs. Maybe they're just going over it so he doesn't get crossed up there. Just a quick little exchange there on the mound.
And Hayden Smith's good at that. We've seen that throughout the course of the season, just making sure they're on the same page. And that pitch just missing.
Slows it down a little bit with a slider on the outside corner. Not a bad spot.
And Goetz 1-1 pitch high. If you're listening on the Fan Sports Network or 107.7 and you want to watch this game, just go to KSLSports.com, click on the live stream, and you'll find Snow Canyon versus Mountain Crest. Foul off the bat, a Cache Valley Bank foul ball. And Dieter now facing a 2-2 count here. Goetz will work fast with nobody on base. He doesn't take a lot of time between pitches. And a slow roller out to second, in trouble. Backhanded glove, tough play. Ince, can he get enough on it? No, he can't. Dieter with the speed beats it out. It's an infield single.
That was close over there. That's a good play by Ince over there. He was playing a little bit in the fourth or the 3-4 hole and had to go a long way for that ball. Just didn't have enough juice in the arm to get the out.
Yeah, had to slide on the turf, kind of backhand it, get up, and then throw it. And Dieter's speedy. That's why he's a leadoff guy. So Mountain Crest, good start. Leadoff guy aboard. And here is J.C. Jones, big, strong righty, first baseman. Got a lot of pop in the bat. And that one in for a called strike one.
Gets ahead there. What looks like a changeup to me. Probably trying to get that ground ball, maybe roll up a double play here.
Goetz looks at the runner. Jones will have to wait as there's a snap throw over. 291 hitter this year, J.C. Jones. OBP's at 473. OPS 903. Some good numbers for J.C. Jones. Big cut.
Swinging it well this year.
And couldn't come up with the barrel on the ball for strike two.
0-2 now. It looks like he got his pitch on that one. He took a big hack. I like the swing. I like the swing.
Little movement. That's what Goats does. It's just enough drop in that pitch.
Just misses barrels.
Here's Kyson Goats, the righty, outside and away. Smith whips it back. 1-2 the count. See if Smith wants to, see if Jones wants to chase something out of the zone here. 1 on, nobody out, just moments into this 4A state championship baseball game on a Wednesday. Snow Canyon 2-0, Mountain Crest 2-1 already this week.
He already went with the high fastball on the 0-2. We'll see what he goes with here. My guess would probably be a slider down just to change that eye level.
Goat snap throw to first again, and Dieter is back.
Good lead over there at first, but it's getting back in time, so we'll see if he tries to extend another step or so.
High school sports brought to you by the Boulevard. For over 48 years, making your house more like home. Chopper foul. Stream today brought to you by UCCU Credit Union, of course. The field here, UCCU Field. Beautiful backdrop, Miller Park. We were over there the last couple days, and it's just about as good a view here at Utah Valley.
That is true. Two of the best views in college baseball, I'd say.
Oh, and did he get the barrel of the bat or the handle of the bat, or did he get the hands? I think he got the end of the very end of the handle, and it's a foul tip.
Those are always scary, up around the face, just trying to protect yourself on that one for sure.
1-2 the count. Number 2 hitter just wiggling that bat slightly. Now swinging a drive, and this was going to get down into the corner in left field. Racing over Ryder Harrison. He got stuck against the base of the wall. They're going to send Dieter. Dieter, good speed around third. And Dieter is going to give the Mustangs a 1-0 lead. And for the third consecutive day in a row, Snow Canyon is going to have to come back as Mountain Crest strikes first, just like they did yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a good piece of hitting. He got the pitch that he was looking for with that one. Looking for something middle in that he could pull the other way. As we take a look here, just drives that ball down the left field line. Gets kind of stuck under the fence a little bit. Probably would have been a double anyway, but.
And that's what Coach Sechrist is probably arguing here, is a ground rule double. It got stuck in the fence. Maybe the runner at first has to stop at third.
That would be, if they do and make that call, I do think that the runner would have to go back to third. That's probably what he's talking about right now. It'll be interesting to see if they overturn this one.
I think it's unlikely, but worth the conversation. And Coach Sechrist, you know, he's pretty calculated with his visits to the umpires. Usually it's making a point or fighting for his guys. Doesn't win everything, but, you know, planting a seed for later maybe, right?
He goes out quite a bit for sure. He's always got something to say.
The longest tenured head coach in St. George at the high school level, Coach Reed Sechrist, 17 years, 18 years, head coach of the Warriors.
I think so. Foul
tip by Andrew Nelson. Mentioned Nelson hit a no-doubter in the early game, the 11 o'clock game, as Mountain Crest knocked out Bear River. It was just straight over, right over the kudu sign in the alleyway in left center. Yeah. Probably about 400-foot shot.
It was hammered for sure. It was. I knew as soon as it hit off the bat, it was gone.
And a pop-up into shallow right. In's going out from second. He's going to call for it and make the catch. And first out of the game, retired by Kyson Goats. And Nilsson would love to have that swing back. And a good pitch by Goats to induce the pop-up.
Yep, just a little bit late, and that's another thing we were talking about with Kyson, is just mixing those pitches and stuff. He doesn't have a fastball that's just he's gonna blow by anyone, but when he's mixing it well, that fastball that comes in 81 miles an hour looks a lot harder.
325 hitter in Hornsby, left-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher. First pitch on the outside part of the plate for a called strike one. Hornsby 509 OBP. 951 the OPS. Slugging percentage is right around 442. 25 hits. 19 of them singles, 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run this year for Hornsby. Goats, the 0-1 pitch. That one's ripped a foul right over the Snow Canyon third base dugout.
0-2 now. He's seen a couple fastballs up. I'd probably go with the changeup down here, see if we can get him swinging. Maybe you can go back foot slider if you're feeling it.
Hornsby digging in on the all-turf Buck brand beef batter box. Goats delivers one hopper, blocked by Smith. Runner won't go. Got J.C. Jones out there at second.
It's not a bad pitch there. I know it was a little too far out in front, but good pitch to change the eye level. We'll see what he decides to go with right here. Good lefty Hornsby. He swings it well.
Yep, 325, the batting average. Right back up the middle. Ranging over. Cruz Sechrist up with it, and it's over there in time for out number 2.
Good pick over there by senior Loveland. And gets him a nice second out there. That was big time.
Yeah, Loveland, one of just 3 seniors on this team. Coden Herman, Loveland, and then center fielder Sam Lindsay. Lindsay had a big hit yesterday for a couple of ribbies. And Kyson Goatsy with the bender there in for a called strike. And the batter is Porter Budge. And time called.
Steps off a little bit, going to regroup.
Budge hitting 270. And a swing, and that one's going to be blooped over there into no man's land. Coming in hard, Swinson can't get to it. 2-0 Mustangs. That dirty bomb seen eye single by Budge. And it just dropped in between the trio. The first, the second, and the right fielder they were all selling out trying to get to it, and it was right in between all of them by a foot or 2.
The old Bermuda Triangle right there. That's tough, you know. As a pitcher, you get somebody to pop up like that, and when it falls, it's devastating, especially now because now he's on second base.
Yep.
Back in scoring position.
And Swinson, the one that was the closest to making that play coming in from right.
Gave it all he had. He
laid out. I like the effort. It's early on. You know, maybe later in the game in a tight one, you stay in front of that. You just give him the single right now. Trying to get out of the inning. Another foul ball up and out of play over the first base dugout. Foul balls all season long. Brought to you by Cache Valley Bank. Guess who we got stopping by the booth, Cannon?
What do we got?
Landon Fry, former Snow Canyon Warrior, current Utah Ute. Been playing great all season for the Utes. He's going to stop by for a little bit of maybe the second, third inning. I'm do a little color. Talk about what he's up to. Did that a little bit Monday when we were over at BYU inside a couple broadcasts trying to bring some alumni. We had Cooper Vest, former Dixie Flyer.
Oh, yeah. Familiar with Vest.
That was fun, yeah. Had Luke Anderson stop by as well. Freshman at BYU. There's a single to the right side. They're going to score another run. Now they got him in a pickle between first and second, but the run will make it 3-0. And there's the tag out. So they do get out number 3 on the base pass, but Maddox gets the RBI single scoring Budge, and just like that, 3-0 Mustangs. 3 runs on 3 hits, nobody left on bases. He got tagged out in a pickle. No errors in that top of the first inning, and Warriors will send up the top of the order when we come back here to the UCCU field here on the Fan Sports Network and KSLSports.com. But a good start by the Mustangs. Stay with us.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports. Wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there. Wherever you are. Tune in. On air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all. From high school to pro. And the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone. The one team that never stops tracking your teams.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
row.
Swinson, Sechrist, Harrison, top of the order here in the bottom of the first inning, but nice start by the Mustangs. 3 runs on 3 hits to take the 3-0 lead on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Devin Dixon, Kansas City, Crest with you here.
That's the best way to start off a game. A little 3-spot there. Snow Canyon's got to battle their way back once again.
Butters. Oh, he got Swinson. Swinson just kind of leaned to get away from it, and it grazed the jersey there. Butters just 5 1/3 innings pitched on the season statistics, 2.62 ERA. And here's Crew. Crew just a junior.
Yep, he's a junior. He's been fighting his way through this state tournament.
Fighting his way through meals at the Sechrist household with 3 older brothers too.
Yeah, he's looking a little skinny, so he might have been shorted a little bit, but
well, that's not what I hear. I hear Brogan's trying to pump him up and get him in the weight room a little bit.
Oh, but he's definitely working with Brogan. Brogan does a good job with a lot of the Snow Canyon kids, and honestly, a lot of the kids just in Region 10 in general go and work out with my brother. So
here's the pitch from Butters, and there's chin music, and Crew ducks underneath it. Almost hit another guy, though. Maybe a little nerves for Butters. He's got a 3-0 lead, but obviously big spot here against the #1 overall seed. This is an elimination game if Mountain Crest were to lose. And a shot right back up the middle. Gloved. Could be 2. Dieter on to first. What a play. Dieter with a dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, off the bat, I thought it was hit hard enough, but it kind of just ramped up off that mound straight to Dieter, and he was right there at second base, was able to roll that double play up pretty easily there. Beat Crew there by about 5-6 steps. Taylor made double play.
Here's our S&S Mechanical look at it again. There you see it roll up the mound like you said, and it kind of kicked towards Dieter, left of the bag, which probably helped him get a little more time.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that'll help all your best friend, the double play ball.
Mm-hmm. Love getting those.
Keep that pitch count low and erase a hit by pitch. Butters rocks, fires. 0-1 pitch is fouled off by Ryder Harrison. Ryder having a great season and a great state tournament. And again, if you didn't see, he was the guy that walked it off against Deegan Rigby on Monday and gave Snow Canyon a 3-2 comeback win. He went oppo over at Miller Park. Continued the hit parade yesterday, picking up some RBIs.
He had all 3 RBIs in that first game and that first win, that 3-1 victory.
Butters delivery. And that's fought off out of play again. Good Dusty Allen, our video producer. Caden helping out. Camera, Mark and Caden will be back helping out broadcast on the night game. Roy Brosnan back in the Fan Sports Network studios. Get the whole crew dialed in for this afternoon matchup. We started on time, right at 4:30 start. And if you just got in your car or you just turned the live stream on already, you can see 3-0 Mustangs. And we're just here in the bottom of the first, but the double play ball now with 2 outs, and Harrison trying to get a little rally going, and he got plunked.
And inside on him. Butters is not afraid to go on the inside part of the plate on any of these hitters.
And so Harrison gets a 2-out free pass. Not free. He took it off looked like the right shoulder area.
Good AB by Harrison too. Fought a couple of tough pitches off. Hit some line drives down the left field line. He's definitely a grinder at the plate.
And here is Sam Lindsay. Tied for leading the state with 10 dingers.
Fastball in again. Just missing arm side.
Lindsay's got that sleeve, that leg shield down that left foot, and a foul one off the shins. And the senior takes ball 2.
2-0, looking for something middle in, looking to do some damage here, especially with 2 outs.
We'll see where Hornsby sets up. He's setting outside, so you're spot on. They didn't want to go in there. And it's ball 3. So, scouting report, I'm sure Butters knows. Here's the cleanup hitter that's hit 10 dingers this year. Mm-hmm. And certainly don't want to groove one, but he does. Kind of nibbling at the bottom of the K zone for a called strike 1. That had to be a take sign there, because I think Sam gets that same pitch again here. He's going to try to send it over the fence.
Yeah, 3-0, 2 outs, probably taken, but he's definitely looking to take the bat off the shoulder on this next pitch if it's in the zone.
If he likes it. Snap throw to first, back in time is Ryder. Butters looks at him. Ryder, not a big lead over there. And outside ball 4, Sam Lindsay draws a walk. So you get the double play, but then he hits a guy, then he walks a guy. He's already hit 2. So 3 free passes here in the bottom of the first for Butters. And now here is Hayden Smith, who's got 7 home runs this year.
Yeah, some free passes. Luckily, no runs right now. The double play helped out big time for them.
And a swing and a pop-up out of play. Cache Valley Bank foul ball. It's no kidding. 34 home runs as a team. I mean, just 27 games. So I was talking to Coach Seeger, said, what's the most you've ever hit in a season? He's like, I got to go back and check that. He said this was right up there, though.
Yeah, he's definitely had some.
Smith is going to rip it into center field. He gets down, and Ryder Harrison going to round third. Ball will be cut off, and it's a 3-1 game. Warriors behind the bat of Hayden Smith. And that's a rally stop, 2-out rally here to score a run, and they're not done yet. After that hit, Damon Ince will get his first at-bat of the game.
Yeah, they did all that with 2 outs. We got the replay right here. Down and away, just hammered it straight up the middle. Good swing on that ball right there as he gets that RBI single.
And Coach Seekers has given a lot of credit to Coach Harrison, who's kind of the offensive coordinator, the offensive guru of this Warrior coaching staff.
Yeah, Coach Harrison definitely does a lot with the hitters. I know that he's in the cages and stuff, working with them after the practices and stuff. There's a lot of guys getting extra work with Coach Harrison.
And that pitch from Butters, just missing. Not by much, and it's 1-1 here to Damon Ince.
A good spot right there. It missed in, it missed down, maybe a little bit of both, but good pitcher's pitch right there.
Ince, 304 hitter. Ince doesn't have home run pop, doesn't have a ball out of the yard, but he's got 2 triples, 3 doubles this year. Good speed. Early in the season, there was kind of some rotation, with Hafen and Lyon and Ince, and trying to kind of figure it. But there's a shot, and that's why Ince is in the lineup at second, because he ropes it. They're going to send Lindsay from second all the way around third. He's going to score, and it's a 3-2 game. And on the play, you got runners on the corners after a rip shot by Damon Ince.
All this once again with 2 outs. Just Snow Canyon just keeping this rally going. Not going down. Trying to answer back that whole 3 spot right here. Maybe put up a 3 spot of their own. And
here comes Coach Hansen. We're going to have a timeout and a meeting on the mound. And a great job there to get out of the way of the ball. The game we just saw, that Crimson win, you got a guy that was running just straight ahead to second, took it off the foot. He's out. Snow Canyon, who's pinch runner, I think that was Gunn. I think it was Spencer Gunn that came into pinch run that was aware where the ball was and dodged it. Oh, that would have been out number 3.
Yeah. That's why they always tell you when you're running at first base, take a peek in, try and pick up the ball. Try and figure out where that thing's at, because if it's coming right at you, you got to duck, you got to dive. Otherwise, it's a free out if you get hit.
Yeah. Tank Kelly now after the mound visit, brought to you by Nets on Fire. And again, Crimson winning in the game earlier, 11-1. Mountain Crest knocking out Bear River 15-5. And Tank Kelly fouls that one out of play.
Just a little bit late on that one. See if he gets his foot down on the next pitch here. Probably expecting fastball again.
High school baseball play-by-play today brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance, your local insurance agency. Get a free quote today. See how much Luke Udy can save you. Shot to short. Dieter cleans it up, flips to second, and that'll do it. But the Warriors, after giving up a 3-spot, answer 2 runs on 2 hits. They do leave 2 on base. No errors in the inning. And we go, after 1 complete, to the second when we come back. And it's a 3-2 game on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Mountain Crest leading Snow Canyon on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bride Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
St. George.
Back live here, Utah Valley University. If you were watching Monday, Tuesday, yeah, we were at Miller Park. We're at BYU, but BYU's got a home series with Pepperdine. And so they've switched here. Utah Valley played Utah last night. And there was a cycle hit for last night in that game. And here's the pitch from Coates, and that one is looped in to Sierra. And there's the triangle
Bermuda
again.
Triangle.
And in no man's land, it drops another dirty bomb hit for the Mustangs. Wow.
Yeah, that's a just great placement. I don't know if the coach is teaching that, but 2 of them in the first 2 innings here.
And sometimes you just get a little bounce or 2. Now joining us here in the broadcast booth, former Snow Canyon Warrior, current Utah Ute, Landon Fry. What's up, Lando?
What's up, Dev?
How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Landon's going to chat with us, give us a little analysis of his former team, former skipper. It's going to be fun. Chat with us for an inning or 2 here. 3-2 game. You were just playing on this field, weren't you?
I was last night.
Yeah. Cycle hit for last night. Chopper to first, trying to double him up at second. Not quite in time. That would have been a 1-3-6 double play had they got it.
It was a good play right there by Loveland. Touch the bag, throw it over to second, see if you have a play there. Beat it to second, so, nothing hurt.
Tell us about the season so far. Utes, how's it going so far, buddy?
Good. We're kind of fighting for that last Pac-12 spot for the Pac-12 tournament down in Scottsdale this year, but it's been a fun year. Pac-12 has been stacked as always, but it's been fun to play in the Pac-12 and basically travel up and down the West Coast.
Got some new coaches in and kind of changed the dynamics a little bit of that program. It certainly seems like Ute baseball's on the rise.
Yeah, definitely. New coaches from the SEC. Our hitting coaches from Kentucky, and then Gary Henderson, our head coach, has been kind of everywhere, but finished up with Mississippi State a few years ago. But it's definitely been a change of culture for sure. I think it's heading in the right direction.
You've been turning some heads, and those heads are college or pro scouts, I'm hearing a little bit. What's the buzz around you been like lately? Has that been kind of exciting or a distraction, or has it been kind of rewarding to see some interest in you?
Definitely rewarding. It feels good to see hard work like that pay off for you. But right now I'm just trying to keep my head down and work and focus on college. But, yeah, there has been interest from MLB teams, but I'm not too worried about that right now. So this is your sophomore year, correct?
Yes.
And so you'll have to wait another year until you're draft eligible. Am I right on that?
No, so I'm actually old enough to be a draft eligible sophomore.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I could get drafted this year, yes, but I'm not too worried about the draft this year. If it happens next year, then it happens next year. If it happens this year, it happens this year.
Looks like there was a little miscommunication over there. They're going to talk about that as Smith kind of clanked a ball, and they're going to go talk about signs maybe a little bit. Maybe it's something, usually with a runner in scoring position, they'll kind of switch it up. That guy was on third, but they'll throw down multiple signs with a guy on second, and maybe they just got mixed up a little bit.
I'm curious, Brogan, Cannon, when you were here, how much did, the pitching coach, you pitched for Wally Ritchie, he was the pitching coach, Coach Seacrest, how much did they call games? And Landon, same question for you. I mean, were you calling your own games, or did you have the dugout calling a lot of pitches for you?
Well, we were lucky to have Mason Strong, and he's really high level behind there, and he kind of knew what to do. So for the most part, Mason called our games. I'm not sure what they do now. I think they might call a lot more pitches from the dugout now. But I know when we were there, Mason called most of our games. Now, every once in a while, Coach Lyon would throw in a pitch or two, but I think for the most part, Mason called those.
Was that the same for you?
Yeah, we had Caleb Gates behind the dish when I was in high school, and he called most of our pitches too, because at that time we didn't have any intercom system, so it was all the catcher. If you wanted to get a pitch from the pitching coach or whatever, you'd have to look down, get the signs from him, then you'd have to relay them back to the pitcher. So it just took way too long.
Goats, rocks, fires, strike. So now all of a sudden, full count here. Mountain Crest 3-2. Got that Palmer, the speedy second baseman, over there at third base, trying to grab a run back, and a pop up by Dieter.
Just fighting it off. Good piece of hitting right there, trying to get something.
Landon, you haven't been out of the program as long as Cannon. Can you still read the signs? If they change the signs up, can you still tell us when Coach Seacrest puts a hit and run on?
I think he's changed them up a little bit, honestly. It's been a while. I mean, it's only been 2 years, but I don't know if I could tell you.
I definitely couldn't tell you. I don't know if I knew the signs when I was playing, so I didn't get the steal sign very much. I wasn't very fast.
I'm right there with you.
What's the Utah-BYU rivalry like in college baseball comparative to basketball or football? You guys had some shootouts this year.
We did, yeah. It's definitely fun playing those guys. The atmosphere at those games is some of the best I've ever played in my whole life, anywhere. And the competition's great. Being competitive in a rivalry like that is awesome. But, I mean, most of the guys on their team, and they know most of us. So it's fun to just compete with guys like that. There's not too much, I wouldn't say hatred or anything like that. It's just a competitive, fun game, and I think both teams have a blast.
What is the biggest stat improvement that you're proud of that you made a leap in from your freshman to your sophomore year?
The Fans Sports Network.
I'd say probably building, honestly. It took a little bit of work from last year. I didn't feel as good as I wanted to, but I think that was a big improvement for me. I've kind of been playing around the infield this year. I played 52 games at second last year, and this year I've been kind of split between second and third. And so I think just being able to field more consistently has been a way big win for me this year.
Yeah, especially on the hot corner, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I haven't seen you since high school, and I think one of your biggest improvements, you're kind of a brick house now, so you're looking a lot bigger than I remember.
Yeah, Utah strength has been good for me. They do a good job. I've put on probably 20 pounds since high school in 2 years, so yeah.
It's good work over there.
Yeah. They got a good meal plan for me too.
That doesn't hurt. You miss Mom's cooking though?
Yeah, I do. I'll tell you what, when I get back for the summer, that's the first thing I go to.
You know where you're going to be playing this summer? I guess it depends on the draft a little bit.
It does, but I think right now I'm going to stay in Salt Lake and play in the Marshall League that's starting up.
Jones pop up, center field. Lindsey going back here with 2 outs, and he squeezes it. And so Mountain Crest threatening. They got 5 hits already in the game, 3 runs, but they can't convert there as Dieter stranded at third base. We go to the middle of the second. We come back more with Landon Fry here on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com for the 4A State Baseball Championship. Stick around.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
Pros.com.
Back here at Utah Valley University, Devin Dixon, Cannon Sechrist, and joined by Landon Fry, who was just playing on this field last night. You hit a couple hard, but no hits last night, huh?
Nope, no hits last night, but hit the ball hard. That's all you can ask for.
We saw one former region kid out of St. George have a pretty good night last night. That was former Pineview Panther Luke Iverson. Hit for the cycle last night.
Yes, he did.
You ever hit for the cycle in college?
I have not.
In high school, you did.
Yeah, I did in high school.
I remember that game.
Yep. But I have not hit for the cycle in college. That triple is very sneaky for me.
What's your favorite memory from playing high school baseball when you were at SC?
Ooh, there's a lot. My team was fun to be around. A lot of characters on that team. But I'd say my favorite memory from high school would probably be the state championship game. I hit a triple, kind of sealed the deal for us in that second game over at Slick. I'd say that's probably my favorite memory.
Yeah. I remember Maze Mosier in the post-game show on that one.
Yeah.
That was funny. And there's a slow roller out there by Hathan, and it's a 4-3 put out. 3-2 game. And you didn't get hurt in the dog pile, the celebration.
Nope.
You were good.
I was on the very bottom, though. That was a lot of guys.
Getting suffocated down under there.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way, though.
Here's one of 3 Snow Canyon seniors, Braden Loveland, stepping in. And then back to the top of the order, number 9 hitter in the lineup for Coach Sechrist today. What was Coach Sechrist like to play for?
Man, it's awesome. I like his coaching style because you don't feel too much pressure. He kind of just lets you do your thing. Kind of free to make mistakes, stuff like that. And so I never really felt like, hey, man, I can be aggressive here, and if I mess up, then like I'm taken out. Like, no, he was about being aggressive, and if you make a mistake, you make a mistake aggressive. And I think that worked for our team and previous teams and this team now probably. I'm assuming he's the same way.
Mountain Crest, Snow Canyon rematch yesterday. Snow Canyon came back and won 6-5. Right now, Snow Canyon's going to have to come back again. They're down 3-2. Loveland battling at the dish. Count now 3-1.
In the driver's seat right now. Looking for something over the plate.
And he lost him. 5-pitch walk. Loveland aboard, and here's Mikhail Swinson, who has been swinging a hot bat. You remember Mikhail? You would have been a freshman when you were a senior.
Yep. I believe he made the trip up with us to state that year, though, if I remember right.
Did you know he was going to be as good as he's become?
I mean, he's a big kid and strong kid, so I think we knew he had potential. I mean, he's kind of, I don't want to say exceeded expectations, but he's definitely met them for sure.
Came in great job on the back end pitching yesterday, and then obviously swung it, had a couple key hits in that comeback win yesterday against this same Mountain Crest Mustang team. He's already 1 for 1 in this game, and he hits it to Dieter at short, trying to roll up 2. The relay on to first, got him. That's the second double play that the Butters has induced in this game. 6-4-3. And we'll be right back. More. Can you stick around, Landon?
Yep. Yeah.
We'll get Landon to give us a little color commentary with Cannon here coming up in the third inning. We'll be right back.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Hey, we're back. Did you miss us? Utah Valley University. Thanks for watching. I don't know if people say thanks isn't enough in our industry. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. 107.7 up in Cache Valley. Of course, the Fan Sports Network in St. George. And if you're listening on radio and you're getting home or you want to watch on your phone and screen share it to your smart TV, we're KSLSports.com/stream. You'll see the icon there with Snow Canyon Mountain Crest logos. You hit play. It's that simple. Devin Dixon, Cannon Seacrest. And also joining the broadcast booth by current Utah Ute Landon Fry, who's going to give us a little analysis of Kyson Goats here in this inning. As we go to the top of the third, Mountain Crest leading 3-2, and Andrew Nilsson will lead things off for the Mustangs. Took the Bear River pitcher yard over there in left center field earlier today. Landon, is this park a little bit smaller dimensions than at Miller Park, or are they about the same?
Yeah, so dead center here is actually really deep. I think it's about 420 something. But down the lines, I think, is like 409 to left and like 416 to right. So definitely a hitter-friendly park.
Nielsen to Seacrest on his knees. Can't get enough on it. Smith backing up the play, runs into the barricade over there. Good thing he still had his catcher's gear on and his face mask on. For our viewers, did you see that, Cannon? He hit the, and is there padding down there? He looks fine.
Yeah, he looks like he's doing all right. He did a good job hustling down there because, if that gets away, gets into the dugout, maybe you get an extra base over there. So good job by Smith by backing up that throw.
I'm sure college coaches see a catcher do stuff like that, and that makes a kid a little more appealing, right?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, guys that don't do that, they get the label as lazy and stuff. But the guys that are hustling on and off the field, backing things up, same with the outfielders and stuff. If you're doing that and a college coach is there to see you, they're gonna be happy about that.
Hornsby steps in, left-handed batter, one of the only left-handed batters in the Mustang lineup. And Goad starts him off with the breaking ball. They're seeing Goats okay. 3 runs, 6 hits already off Kyson Goats. He's at 45 pitches right now? 46?
Yep, 46. Had a little rough first inning. That's where he struggled the most, but then he came back in the second. Did a good job there. Gives up a lead base runner here.
Yeah, got the ground ball, but Seacrest did what he could just to get to it.
Yeah.
Tried to throw it from his knees, but not really a ball. You just hit far enough into the hole that you couldn't make that play.
Yeah. The throw was nowhere near, but also at the same time, I think even if he throws a strike to first, I don't know if he gets him.
Nope. Foul ball there. Count 2-2. Mustangs leading 3-2. Tonight's game brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. Take your training this summer to the next level. Sport-specific, science-based training Intermountain Sports Performance. 435-251-2299. They can link you up with the location nearest you. 5 Utah locations from Logan, Park City to St. George. Goat, snap throw to first. Goat, Landon, did you see a little motion there from Goats? Looked like he did not like that last call.
No, yeah. That's a great pitcher's pitch, and one of those you hope to get as a pitcher, and as a hitter, you're glad that that wasn't called.
I see your dad's missing you down in St. George because he's been in a lot of dance events lately.
Yeah. He is. He tries to come to any baseball event he can get to.
Not that he doesn't love dance, but
yeah. I'll tell you what, he's
your mom is the drill coach at Snow Can. That's why Dad's watching.
Yeah, and he's stuck with my sisters back at home. Me and my brother are gone, so he really tries to get to any baseball game he can get to.
I'm sure when he is at those dance competitions, he's probably got your game pulled up on his phone while he's watching the dance. He can watch your game as well.
He's definitely watching on the phone as well.
He's got a brick this big to charge it. Those dance competitions are like hours after hours.
Yeah.
I've never had to endure one of those. Luckily, got all boys in my family.
Just don't jinx yourself.
That is true.
You're getting married this summer. You'll get your turn.
Yeah.
Of course, you have all brothers. Mm-hmm. So watch, you might end up with all daughters and be a girl dad.
That is true.
You never know. Everything resets here, and they show bunt, and it's foul tipped into the dirt. So Coach Hansen, and I keep referring, I don't know his dad, Steve Hansen, but he was a great legendary coach. Do you remember Coach Hansen at all, Landon?
I don't.
But this is Trace Hansen. This is two great skippers, in each team's dugout, matching wits. Keep referring to that one-run game yesterday. And right now we got a one-run game. And now Mountain Crest kind of threatening again, a runner into scoring position. They try to throw a wheel play on it. It gets into center field. Goats kind of threw it. And I think Crew was trying to, he didn't know if he put them in underhand or up. It was kind of waist high, and it got right past him.
It looked like there was just a little bit of there wasn't great communication because Crew, he didn't run to the bag, and I think Kyson got a little thrown off when Crew wasn't standing on second base. I think that's what he was planning on doing, but Crew wasn't there, so he kind of made a bad throw, and then just went downhill from there.
What did you see, Landon?
Yeah, I would say miscommunication. I think as a pitcher, when you're doing that will pick like that, you want to see that ball's hit well.
And this is now to right, and Swinson tracks it down, makes a waist-high underhand basket catch, but it will be a sac fly RBI as Andrew Nilsson tags from third. And it's a 4-2 lead for the Mustangs. That's a solid piece of hitting with no outs. You'll take that sac fly all day long.
Yeah, every day of the week you'll take that. As a hitter with a guy on third and less than 2 outs, if you get a sac fly, that's about as good as you can do.
And Budge almost beat him. You saw Swinson take a couple steps in, and then he had to track it down.
I think that came off the bat a little hotter than he was expecting right there.
But back to your point, Landon, about the short porch. I mean, that ball was kind of popped up the other way, and it almost got to the warning track.
Yeah.
Not too far from the wall.
No.
And here comes Boo, Brandon Lyon. And is Brandon going to just kind of try to calm? Look at Goatsy. He puts the mitt and puts the ball in the mitt. I don't think he wants to give the ball up here.
He's not giving that thing up.
Of course, it's not Coach Seekers. It's Coach Lyon, the pitching coach. So Boo's not going to get Goats here. What's Boo say on a meeting on the mound usually, Landon? You've been in that situation that Goats is in right now not too long ago.
No, I have. And I would say Brandon's really good at just getting you to calm down, get runners on, score on a sac fly. Adrenaline might be going in a state game like this, and he's really out there just to calm you down and make you realize that it's not as bad as you think it is.
It's just a 2-run game, 4-2 here. Brandon, of course, 14 years in the big leagues. What a great addition to Coach Seeker's staff. After his big league days were done, of course, you played with Isaac, who's at Grand Canyon, now graduated last year. Brandon's younger son, Rue, started at third in the game yesterday. We could see him pitch. And Rue might be, if Goats does get in a little trouble, the guy that they turn to out of the bullpen for this game. He's just a sophomore.
Yep, he's on the bench right now. I think he was playing third base in last night's game.
Yep. There's strike 2. So whatever Booth said, Goats come out and fire 2 strikes in a row.
Got him right on target. Settled him down just like Landon said.
Probably told him, hey, you go get me 2 strikeouts in a row and I'll get you a filet mignon for dinner or something. Here's the pitch, and he got him. A backwards K, an S&S mechanical strikeout for Kyson Goats, much needed.
Yep.
If you're a Snow Canyon Warrior fan.
Extended the zone a little bit there. Had 2 strikes on him, so just, seeing how far you can go off, and got the backwards K there. Big for the Warriors.
Here is Palmer, the second baseman. And that one inside.
Looks like he reared back a little bit on that one. That one had some velo on it.
I think that last hitter was expecting off speed, it looked like. Looked like he wanted no part of that outside fastball there.
Palmer hitting .307, the batting average coming into this game tonight. I guess I could say tonight, 5:17 local time. This game started at 4:30, right on time. Breaking ball that doesn't quite bend back over the inside part of the plate. So after the strikeout, 3 consecutive balls. And Palmer way ahead in the count here. Is he taking, Lando?
Yeah, I think with a runner on third and 2 outs, he'd probably take. Yeah.
And he lost him. High, ball 4.
Not too hurt right there. Even if he does throw a strike, the next pitch, in my opinion, I don't think you throw a fastball down the middle again because, nothing really got hurt with that walk. You got 2 outs anyway. There's no point to, pipe a fastball and get an RBI single hit off of you. So not a bad pitch there.
For sure.
Albrecht, 7 RBIs this season. Hitting .255. Chance, though, to give a little more cushion back to the Mustangs. If you just tuned in late, they led 3-0. Warriors answered with 2 in the bottom of the first. Neither team scored in the second, but already 1 put on the board here in the top of the third. And now runners on the corners with 2 outs for Wyatt Albrecht. How much different of adjustment was it, Landon, playing on, grass and high school fields and going to turf fields?
Yeah, most of the up north fields are turf because of the weather and the snow and whatnot. One thing that I do like is Smith's up in Salt Lake is real grass.
Shot to second, Ince gloves it, throw over to first, and a 4-3 put out, and that'll do it for the top of the third. You get 1 run on a sac fly, and Mountain Crest has a 4-2 lead on the Wilkinson scoreboard. And the boys will be back. We'll chalk up some more baseball talk with you here as the Warriors will send up the next guys for the ABs in the bottom of the third in a close one. 4-2. We'll be back.
UCCU will provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer or stop by any branch.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports. Wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there. Wherever you are. Tune in. On air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all. From high school to pro. And the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone. The one team that never stops tracking your team.
Best Philly cheesesteak in Southern Utah.
Hey, back here, Utah Valley University. Cruz Sechrist will lead things off, number 2 hitter. Butters out to pitch in the bottom of the third, and Butters, he'd love to go as many innings as he went all season in this game. I mean, if Coach Hansen could get 5 or 6 out of Butters, who only came in 5 1/3 worked the whole season, he would take that on a Wednesday here inside the 4A state championships, and he starts Sechrist off with a called strike
Perfect spot there for the breaker. Can't do much with that one.
And that one really hit hard, but right to first base, who kind of made a stab at it and gloved it perfectly, one away.
A good play over there. I mean, if he doesn't catch that one, that might be a double down the line for sure.
Yeah, Secret's got good speed. Might even be a triple, if it rattles around in the corner. No, we'll never know, because that was a really good play by J.C. Jones at first. Mark that one down as a Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game. Butters missing to Ryder Harrison. Ryder played a little bit as a freshman. You were a senior, didn't he? Get a little time, Landon?
He did, yeah. He helped us out a lot in that state tournament as a freshman. It was a solid 9-hole for us, and really came up big for us as a freshman.
How much do you keep track of your former team? Obviously, you're here watching your team, and they're not far from Salt Lake down here to Orem, but you keep in touch with these guys a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. I still think that group chat we had as a team from 2 years ago gets texted in quite a bit, so we all check up on each other and make sure everyone's doing good. It's pretty fun.
Who's on that chat thread? Like 10, 12 guys?
Oh, yeah, probably like 15 guys, yeah.
Okay.
We got a few on missions that'll be home soon, so they don't text a whole lot. They don't text in there, but
you got to keep it, G-rated.
Yeah, they don't get Snapchat out on there on the mission.
Probably cost them international text fees.
Yeah.
That's one thing you'll have for a long time to come, is those group chats playing on different teams and stuff. Every new team that you play on, you make a new group Snapchat, and every once in a while someone will send something funny in there.
Yep.
Get everybody laughing.
Well, wait, we're talking about Snip Snap. We're not talking about just normal text messaging now.
No, we're on Snapchat now, Devin.
Okay.
That's old news.
See, I still haven't went to the Snip Snap. I mean, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram's enough for me.
It's been pretty fun in those group chats. You get like videos from this time when we were playing of just random things that happen on the team, and it's a good time. It's good to look back on that.
And stuff like that, you make me intrigued. You almost make me want to download the stinking app. Killing me now.
It's a good.
Of course, none of my buddies, all our old videos, those are destroyed.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing.
Every once in a while, one will float up on a text thread, but not a Snapchat. Harrison after the walk, modest lead at first. Another guy you know well, Landon, Sam Lindsay. He played a lot as a sophomore when you were a senior.
He did. One of those kids that can catch fire at any time, especially in a state tournament like this. Seems to thrive off of that adrenaline.
Had a big knock in last night's game.
Yep. 10 home runs this season. Him and Trey Purser tied for the state lead with 10 dingers. But it's been about 4 weeks since Sam's hit one. Maybe he's saving one for right now.
You got the yard card right here. 3-2 count.
Butters has other ideas. He didn't want anything to do with that. That was a big cut, but swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Sam Lindsay. Butters is not going to overpower you. Mm-hmm. But he's been pretty good with his command and got a little movement.
Mixing it up. Him and Goats, a lot of the same from both of them.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think that gets overlooked a lot in today's game is everyone wants velocity now, but there's something to be said about a pitcher that can hit spots and throw off some pitches for strikes and expand when you need to. And I think it's great watching that.
The old pitchers in the old days, the Caneladias, they would throw the knuckleballs and the circle changes, and they didn't throw it over 80 miles an hour, and they were getting dudes out in the old days just like you guys described.
You don't see too many knuckleballs in today's game. I don't know. Have you seen anybody out at
No, every time you turn the TV on, though, closers are throwing 100 miles an hour now.
Yeah. Every once in a while in a college game, you get a guy that has a knuckleball, but that's about it.
And then you turn on a game another night, and guys just got Tommy John's throwing 104. Yeah. Like coming back stronger after repairing that arm.
Yeah, the game is definitely moving in that direction, it seems like.
There's a shot, but right to Dieter, who's been a vacuum cleaner, and Hayden Smith grounds out 6-4. He just flipped it over to the bag at second. So no runs, no hits, one left on base. And we're through 3 here. We go to the top of the 4th when we come back. Mountain Crest trying to upset the 1 seed, get a little revenge. They lead Snow Canyon 4-2 here on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com on the live stream.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast!
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
So the Snow Canyon dugout was just down in the left field corner, and Landon, what were they doing? A little superstitious something.
Yeah, that's how that rolls in baseball, you know. Got to wake the bats up somehow. So get the team down in the left field corner after a jog and see what happens.
Yeah, they kind of all huddled around and did some kind of a little something. I don't know what. We didn't catch that first part on camera. We got them coming back to the dugout. So we all know baseball is one of the most superstitious sports there is. What's your superstition, Lando?
I don't know. When I like to do the same exact thing every day when I get into the box during the game. I'll never differ from that. Dig the right foot in, sweep the dirt, take a swing, tap the plate, get back in. I will never change that up. I don't know why, but it's just
you don't have a lucky clothing item or bracelet or something. You don't have something like that though.
I got a bracelet.
Yeah.
I got a Eyes Up Do the Work from high school. Actually, this started in high school, and just kind of how athletes can be prevent bullying in school. And I've worn that since I was probably a junior in high school, and I've never taken it off.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ken, do you have a superstition as Goats going back to work here in the 4th? You had to kiss a cute girl before every time you had to start on the mound?
No, I didn't do that. I was in a long-distance relationship, so I didn't get to see her very often.
Cue up the Kiss Me Through the Phone by Soulja Boy.
But I didn't have anything when I was out on the mound, but when I would come back in, I'd be keeping charts and stuff. I was always doing something. I'd be sitting, if you've ever heard of the perfect sit. Yep. You sit down and you don't move the entire game. You just sit there and keep chart the whole game. And I'd try to pull that off every once in a while. If we were winning, I would stay in the same spot. If we started losing, I'd get up, start moving around a little bit.
Yeah, that's a big thing is the spots in the dugout. You start scoring runs, no one's moving in the dugout. You stay in the same spot.
Spots are hot.
Yep.
So what do you guys got to do to get in the Pac-12 tournament? Got to sweep this weekend?
If we can win the series this weekend against Oregon, and we need, I think, Washington State to lose 2 games, and if we sweep, I think we only need them to lose 1. So.
Okay.
Yep.
So I was talking. We had Cooper Vest from BYU on the show on Monday on the broadcast, and he said, "Hey, we got to sweep Pepperdine, and we got to have Santa Clara get swept." So that's a little tougher. You guys. Yeah. So if you sweep, good chance. Now, who do they have? Who's Wazoo got?
I think they have Stanford, so there's a good chance there.
Okay.
But I can't remember off the top of my head. I know that it's one of the top teams, I believe.
Goats. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and he lost him just off the plate. Ball 4. For Goats, probably a few too many free passes. That is his 4th walk that he has given up, and we're just through 3 innings. Really, Goats yet to get an out here in the 4th.
Usually he has pretty good command of his stuff. They're walking a little too many guys here. He throws a strike right there. So see if he can get a double play. The Warriors haven't rolled one up yet.
Yeah.
The Mustangs have had 2. So
Dieter's a tough guy to double up though, because he's
quick,
very quick, and he's been the integral part of rolling up those 2 double plays from the shortstop position.
Yeah, he's been locked down over there all weekend.
Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball. Goes the other way through. And into right. Big turn. And he's going to head for third. And that's Burbank. And he is safe. Throw just a hair late. And that was not hit hard. But you're holding the run. Loveland's holding the runner on at first, which creates that big hole. And it got through.
Yeah, just a massive 3-4 hole right there. Just squeaked it through. Watching on the replay right here. Jammed a little bit, but just perfectly placed.
Yep. Never apologize for getting a hit like that.
Nope. Doesn't show up how hard you hit it in the scorebook. So nope. A single is a single.
And that might be it for Kyson Goetz. Here comes Coach Sechrist. And Kyson Goetz, his day will end. Gave up 4 runs, 7 hits, and walked 4. Here comes Andrew Lyon. We'll talk about Andrew Lyon, who we haven't seen this week. Of course, the Warriors had the bye. They didn't have to play as the overall #1 seeds. They didn't play in a super regional pod last weekend. Lyon didn't pitch yesterday or on Monday, but just a sophomore. How's he different from Isaac, Landon? I mean, you played with Isaac for 2 years together. There were 3 years. You guys were teammates. But
yep.
Rue's probably got a little different characteristics.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's a little more calm than Isaac. Isaac was a big, high-energy guy, get after you. And I think Rue has the same intensity as that. I think he just shows it in a little different way.
It was always funny when Isaac could get on the base paths, start chirping.
Yep.
I like watching him in basketball, too. Fun to watch him basketball. You're right about the high intensity.
Yep. Yeah, and I think Rue keeps that same intensity. He just shows it a little different.
Lyon getting his warm-up tosses in. Pitching change brought to you by Nets on Fire. Training packages for the summer available. Go to netsonfire.org. Check out all their camps and all the details. There's Dave Horlocker, pitching coach for the Dixie Flyers that just walked in front of us. The Flyers are here at the ballpark. Of course, they'll be taking on the Mustangs in the nightcap tonight. Crimson's got to win that game to keep the dream of going back-to-back state titles alive. Dixie would love to win today and avoid playing tomorrow and go straight to Friday's state championship series.
That would definitely be ideal. Just it's all about saving that pitching. As many guys as you can have going into Friday and Saturday to set yourself up to get 2 wins out of that 3-game series.
That's our Bucks Ace Hardware look ahead. Bucks Ace Hardware, 3 Southern Utah locations. Dino Crossing, the newest location out in Santa Clara, not far from Snow Canyon High School, and then out in Hurricane. So Lyon's got his warm-up tosses in. What'd you see in those tosses? How's he look there, Landon, warming up?
I think he's good. He's got a lot of movement on his balls. It'll be interesting to see if we can minimize here runners in scoring position.
Lyon, just a sophomore, 4.10 ERA, 6 appearances this year, 13 2/3 work at the varsity level. He's pitched a lot in JV as well, giving up 8 earned runs. He struck out 22, walked 8. Not a bad walkout to strike ratio.
That's a great ratio, yeah.
Only giving up 1 home run, and opponents are hitting 250 off of Rue. Future certainly bright, of course.
Yep. Those are good numbers for a sophomore.
Yeah, just a sophomore to have that is great for the future.
Saw him a little bit in the state championship run last year. Snow Canyon lost on a Monday, had to battle all the way through the 1-loss side of the bracket, got into the state title game against Crimson. We saw Rue pitch a little bit in the state tournament last year as a freshman, which probably should help him a little bit now here, making an appearance as a sophomore.
Definitely. Probably calm the nerves a little bit. I'm sure that when he was thrown as a freshman, it was a little bit crazy, but looks a lot more calm right now.
Breaking ball just doesn't quite get over the plate. 2-1 the count here on J.C. Jones. Jones started this game off with a double down the left field line, got to the fence. He's seen it well all tournament long. He's got a duck on the pond at second base. Mountain Crest leading 4-2. Andrew Lyon in relief. Slow roller out there. Loveland's going to come over. He's going to flip to Lyon. He's going to step on the bag in time, but they do get the run. Should have said 2 ducks on the pond. Runner at second and third there. So it's now 5-2.
It's a good little PFP right there by Lyon. Got over there. It's a tough play, but he locked that one down. Jammed him up and in. Jones is he was looking to pull the ball for sure, but it looks like it just got in on him.
Yeah, he hit that a little harder. You maybe think about trying to get that tag at home, but instead, really had to hustle just to get the out at first. So 1 away, 1 already in. There's a called strike. Good pitch there by Rue.
Got the infield in right now. 5-2 ball game. Trying to limit the damage here. We got 1 out.
Rue looked like he was trying to put a little extra mustard on that hot dog on that fastball.
Nielsen up. Had a big home run. We talked about it a little while ago.
Ooh, and he got him. Breaking ball, and he ducks kind of into it and goes right off the helmet. And Nielsen is aboard. So runners on the corners. And Rue didn't want to put him aboard that way.
No. Definitely just kind of slipped out of his hand. Didn't finish the pitch well enough. No break, just flipped it up there.
And Nelson didn't lean in it. He was turning his head away. We saw a big call yesterday that sent Desert Hills packing. I don't know if you guys saw that, yeah. Cannon, where Desert Hills batter kind of chicken winged a little bit and it hit him, but the umpire said, "You're staying here." And he ended up striking out.
Yeah.
And it was bases loaded, and Bear River ended up knocking Desert Hills out of that game.
Yeah, he said the umpire was saying that he leaned into it, and it's different in college because if you lean into a pitch in college, a lot of the time they'll just call you out right then and there. And so that's what I thought was going to happen. I was like, oh no, that's how this game's going to end. And that's not how it is in high school, so it threw me off a little bit.
That's definitely a call that's been called a lot more in college this year compared to last.
Nilsson's going to steal the base. Smith's like, okay, go ahead. No throw. Just gets it back to Rue while Nilsson was running still the second. So runners now again on second and third here with just 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 5-2 lead for the Mustangs. Lyon looked like a little harder breaking ball that just, because of a little more velo, didn't snap off.
Yeah, I don't mind that much. You got an open base. You walk him, you get a force everywhere.
Yeah, Hornsby is a 325 hitter.
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
1 home run this year.
Great pitch.
I'd be trying to make him chase out of the zone. Being a 325 hitter, probably not going to be chasing too much, but as a pitcher mindset, that's what I'd be trying to do right now. You got a base open. If you walk him, whatever. But you definitely don't want to give him anything to hit.
3-1 delivery from Lyon, and beautiful bender for a called strike 2.
Backdoor slider on that one. Those are tough pitches to hit. Out of the hand, you think it's way far out, and then it just comes in, snags that corner. Good pitch.
Rue throwing a 4-seam fastball or a 2-seam fastball, Cannon?
It looks like a 2-seam. Some people hold it different, but
there's a hot shot. Seekers gloves it. Going to go to third because it was in front of him, but he's safe. And it's 6-2. It's an infield single, really. And Mountain Crest has got their 8th hit of the game and their 6th run of the game and their largest lead of the game at 4 runs.
Not much you can do. He did a good job taking that ball the other way. A little 2-seam on the outer part of the plate. Did a good job of hitting it. Crew makes a good diving stop, just not quick enough over there to get the out at third. Didn't have a play at first.
That's a couple times where Sechrist has got the balls, gloved them, but by the time he gets up, it's too late.
Yeah.
And first pitch swinging, pop-up, infield pop-up, right near the bag at second. Ince comes over, and that is out number 2.
I will say this, though. The diving stop that Crew made, if that ball gets into left field, that's 2 runs that are going to be scoring there. So good job getting the stop there. And maybe this run won't score. We'll see, but...
Yeah, good point. So now Lyon trying to get out of here without any more damage. Maddock is the hitter. Pitched deep into the game yesterday and ended up with did he get the no decision or did he get tagged with the loss? I'm trying to think back.
I do not remember. Did he finish the game on the mound?
No, but Snowcan came back late, so I can't remember exactly when he came out of the game.
Yeah.
In my 10th game in 3 days, so they're all
mixing together.
All mixing together, yeah. Andrew Lyon, 1-0 pitch coming here to Maddock. He wants time. Nielsen's at third, Hornsby's at first. After that, kind of fought that pitch off.
Good time right there. Lyon was doing a long hold, and Maddox said, I'm not standing in this box and waiting for you to deliver this pitch, so just called time. Got reset.
High. How's replay working at the collegiate level in the Pac-12, Landon? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's actually crazy. So every team gets 2 replays a game. If you win it, you get it back. So there's been a lot more replay this year. This was like really the first year that it's been heavily used in the Pac-12, like at all games across. I think last year, my freshman year, there was a few teams that had it, not many. And then this year, I think it was mandatory that every team had it. So definitely had a few calls overturned.
And a swing and a drive, and this one hit high. Ryder's going back. Does he have room? And it's at the wall, and it goes off the wall as he hits the wall. It stays in the park. Harrison shaken up, does get the ball back to the infield, but it's another big hit. Maddock off the wall. Ends up with an RBI double there. And Mountain Crest is flexing their muscles, guys.
That was a good piece right there. I mean, I thought it had a chance of getting out. I thought it was going to keep on going with that short porch in left field. Take a look here. Got a lot of that ball. Hit it pretty high.
And Ryder's got a beat on it. Just runs out of real estate.
Ryder Harrison still on the ground out there in left field. As maybe it looked head on the wall. What?
There's Coach Sechrist hustling out. There's the trainer.
DeJuan out there.
DeJuan Shakespeare, yeah. Yep. He was first out there. Good hustle. And let's see that one more time, guys. I thought live he hit the wall first, but I think actually his momentum took him into the wall, and I just don't think he quite got to that ball. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's moving, and he does jar that right shoulder against the wall pretty good. I mean, you love that. You love the effort from Ryder Harrison. A good Maddock.
Yeah, that would have been a tough play at the wall. I don't know if he hit his head on the wall, if he hit his shoulder first. Maybe it was like a little whiplash. But he's still on the ground.
Let's take a 30-second timeout while they check on Ryder Harrison. And then we'll be back. 8-2. 2 runs scored there. So it is now 8-2 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Back after this. Hope Ryder Harrison's okay.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a bright Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Desert Bloom Healthcare. Rediscover your energy from the inside out.
Here's some applause as Harrison is walking off the field. So for the time being, it looks like he is going to come out of this game.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm not sure about the rules, but I know in college they do a concussion protocol. Is that something that they do in high school as well?
I think there's a huge push for that at every level, and you got the trainer right there that can check for that. Ryder looks like he's under his own power. He's talking. Don't know if it's the shoulder or if it was the whiplash, like you said, maybe the neck. I'm not sure. Jeff Clough, UHSAA, out there to check on him. Now, if he gets cleared with the re-entry rule, he can come back into the game.
Yeah.
So his day might not be done. We'll just wait and see.
Definitely want to go in, get him checked out, make sure everything's okay.
Looks like Ince is now going to go out to the outfield. And Ledger Ship is going to go to second base where Ince was. So that is going to be the defensive change with Harrison for the moment coming out to get checked on a little bit further. And it's 8-2.
It is 8-2. Big two-run double there, two-run RBI by Maddock.
He was fired up too.
Yep,
as he should be. I thought it was going to leave the park when he hit it.
So did I. Got all of it.
Yeah, missed a home run by a few feet there.
What is it, 380 out there to left field?
I don't know
They don't have the dimensions.
No, they don't. But I think probably about where he hit that, it's got to be 360, 350 probably.
Yeah, it gets a little deeper if you hit one right down the line. That's
short porch.
It looks really short over there.
Yeah,
but I mean, he was not dead like left field. It wasn't straight down the left field line. A little bit towards the gap.
Here's Lucas Palmer. Luke 1 for 1 in this game. 6-run lead for the Mustangs. And they got, they're out. Good crowd for Mountain Crest. Good crowd here. Not a sellout, but there's good fan support for both these clubs. Lyon. They said he offered at it, I believe, and that is strike one.
And like we said earlier, it's tough to beat a team twice, and Snow Canyon is finding that out right now. The Mustangs have the 8-2 lead right now.
And that one paints the outside part of the plate for strike two. Well, Lyon's got to be thinking, I got to get out of here without any more damage here.
Yeah, do everything at all costs to keep that run from scoring there. Do not want this going 9.
One hopper blocked by Smith behind the dish.
Good 0-2 pitch right there. Nice slider down. See if you can get him swinging. No offer, though. Good eye.
Andrew Lyon, the delivery outside. 2-2 the count. That last hit where Harrison got dinged up, that was definitely one of our Ben Blasters blast of the game off the bat of Riley Maddock. Ben Blasters has the clean can plan. Say goodbye to dirty, smelly garbage cans forever. Subscription service, convenient for you. $19.99 a month. Go to benblasters.com. That one pushed down the right field line, foul.
Just battling here with 2 strikes. Spoiled it off.
Are you guys home against Oregon this weekend?
We are at home, yes.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Yep. Thursday night at 6, and then 2 11 a.m. games on Friday and Saturday because the Bees are in town. So sharing a stadium with them. One of us gets the night game, one gets the morning game.
Did I hear they're going to build a new ballpark on campus for you guys?
They are. I think it's set to be done in 2025, I believe. So they're working on that. It's just going to be right where our practice field is on campus, so that'll be nice to finally have our own place to play.
You're going to be gone by then, buddy.
Yeah, I'll be gone, most likely.
Most likely.
Most likely.
Landon Fry, current sophomore for the Utah Utes baseball team, former Snow Canyon Warrior, hanging out with me and Cannon here in the broadcast booth.
I wonder if they'll go turf with that new field. You think so?
I think so, yeah. Everything that I've heard so far is turf filled. I think they'd even like to get the heaters underneath like BYU has to melt the snow off.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
3-2 pitch up the middle. Sechrist gloves it. Throw over to first in time. And the inning is over. Not before 4 runs on 3 hits. They do leave 1 out there on base. And Mountain Crest has opened up their largest lead of the game. 8-2 on the Wilkinson score. Landon, can you stick around?
Yeah, I can.
All right, Landon's going to stick around. We're going to be back right after this on KSLSports.com and the Fan Sports Network.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
2-3 or online at aircarepros.com.
Hey, we're back. Hey, I was right. We were having a conversation in the break. Devin Dixon, Cannon Sechrist, Landon Fry. Snow Canyon trailing 8-2. And we were talking, I don't know how this came up. We were talking about, we just vaguely remembered a Major League Baseball player that used to reportedly pee on his hands. And you guessed Jorge Posada, and I guessed Moises Salou. And I think it was Moises Salou. I think I was right.
Turned out you were right, yeah.
We got to come up with our trivia question of the day.
I think that got brought up because I noticed that a lot of these Mountain Crest kids don't wear batting gloves.
That's where it stemmed from.
Yep.
Trivia question: what is Landon Fry's current batting average for the Utah Utes? I hope you know the answer.
I do, but it's not where I'd like it.
Never is, right?
No.
That's another superstition thing that I've heard is a lot of people won't look at their batting average.
Nope.
During the season, so.
Well, you're a pitcher, so of course you're not looking at anybody's batting average.
I don't
have a batting average.
I never looked at my ERA. I was always too worried, especially after a bad game. I was like, after a good game, maybe I'd go over and take a peek, be like, oh, how many points did I go down? But after a bad game, I was like, I don't want to hear about any of the stats.
Of course, you're done now. Kevin, graduated, done.
Yep, played my final year at Academy of Art out in San Francisco.
There's a shot from Tank Kelly. It's going to be a 1-out single into left. Maybe that'll get a little bit something brewing for the Warriors. They're down by 6 runs. What did you see from Tank there, Lando?
Tough inside pitch to get the hands to, but can't be disappointed or mad that get it over the third and shortstop. So good piece of hitting. You know, not every ball you hit's going to be rocketed on the barrel. So you'll take those hits how you can get them, and especially maybe to start a rally here.
Of course, Tank Kelly just committed to Coach Fatenauer at Utah Tech about a week or two ago. And Corbin Hafen a little frustrated. Hafen grounds out to second, 2 down. You could see he kind of hit his hands together like, dang it, I missed that one.
Good pitch right there. Wasn't hit hard enough to turn 2, so they just got 1, but you'll take it. Weak contact is always good. Mountain Crest.
Bottom 4th here. 2 away. 8-2 lead for Mountain Crest. Loveland, the senior, at the plate. And that one breaks over the inside part for a called strike 1. What do you see from Butters, guys? I mean, he's been crafty.
Yeah, drawing a lot of just really weak contact from the Warriors and handling them really well as he paints the outside corner right there.
Yeah, I would just say he's working both sides of the plate really well. When you're working both sides of the plate as a pitcher, it's really hard for hitters to kind of sit a pitch in a location. I feel like if you can sit a pitch in a location, you have a good shot at driving a ball hard. But when you can use both sides, it gets tough.
Time called there. 1-2 count. 2 down. I feel like this game's moving slow. Maybe it's because I'm having fun and it's passing the time, but I look up and I'm like, we're still in the 4th inning. Slow roller out to third. Good glove by Nielsen. Throw is on the money, and Mountain Crest gets the 5-3 put out, and their crowd is loving it.
Nice play to Nielsen's left right there.
So no runs for the Warriors again. They got 2 in the first. That's been it. They trail 8-2 as Nielsen flashing the leather, throwing a little clothesline dagger across the diamond. Mountain Crest in a must-win situation, looking strong right now. More baseball from Utah Valley University 4A state championships after this from our great local partners.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
This Mountain Crest team looking to keep the bats red hot here as they lead 8-2. Everybody up there in Hiram, Utah, got to be loving the performance here against the overall #1 seed. It was a must-win, and they're in a great spot. Lyon stays in to pitch. We go to the top of the 5th inning. And the first pitch from Lyon, just missing.
Just out a little bit. Backdoor slider didn't come in as much as he probably wanted it to, but good pitch nonetheless.
This is Albrecht at the plate, and he'll take that one for strike 1. Albrecht 0 for 2, but you've gotten a lot of production. I mean, you look at this Mountain Crest team, they've been legging out hit after hit after hit. Albrecht wants a dirty bomb here, but it hangs in the air too high, and Ledgership goes and gets it. Dieter's 2 for 2. Jones is 1 for 3 with 2 ribbies. Hornsby's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Budge is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Maddock, that one off the wall we saw last inning, he's 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs already in the game. So you're getting a lot of production from a lot of guys up and down the lineup for Coach Hansen and the Mustangs.
No, the thing is they're pairing those small little hits, those little infield hits that they're getting, or the little duck farts that are landing out there in the outfield. They're pairing that up with, they get those guys on base, then they get a big hit, a big double, whatever, and that's why they're at 8 runs right now.
Burbank, 1-1 pitch from Lyon, outside, ball 2. Today's game brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, the playmakers in the appliance game, one of the nicest showrooms you'll visit to find complete laundry sets, washers, dryers, dishwashers, GE, Samsung. Why pay more when you can pay less and buy direct from the distributor at Appliance Wholesalers, Wholesalers Plus. Wholesalers being the key word there. They get wholesale pricing at AWP. We'll pick the AWP play of the game a little bit later on in the broadcast.
The Fan Sports Network, KAZZAM.
And a high pop-up into shallow left center. And it will be kind of a can of corn there. And that was Ince, who moved out to left. And I don't know if we can check on Ryder Harrison, or I hope he's okay, guys, but not out there defensively, which is not good for the Snow Canyon Warriors. I mean, this guy's a professional high school hitter.
Yeah, he does a good job with
They needed his bat in the lineup. They needed his glove out there and left.
Can't really tell. I'm trying to look in the dugout and see if I can see him, but I'm not seeing him over there on the railing.
Lyon challenging Dieter with the fastball as they're back to the top of the order. Fourth time through for the Mustangs. It was just the third time through. Let's see.
Dieter's 2 for 2 right now, but I don't know.
But he walked,
Yeah,
so this is the fourth time through.
Good 0-2 pitch right there. Slider in the dirt. Don't want to give him anything too good.
Chopper to third. Kelly has it. TK across the diamond, out number 3, and that'll do it for the inning. Much better inning there for Andrew Lyon. We go to the middle of the fifth. 8-2 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Stay with us on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com.
UCCU will provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer or stop by any branch.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports. Wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there. Wherever you are. Tune in. On air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all. From high school to pro. And the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone. The one team that never stops tracking your teams.
Here at Desert Bloom Healthcare, let's figure it out. There is no reason for you to feel fatigued any longer.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com, 1077. Also up in Cache Valley, bringing you 4A State Championship Baseball. Today's game brought to you by Red Bed Regeneration. You can get lit up with the red light therapy beds developed by NASA for astronauts. Red light therapy has been used to heal scars, inflammation, decrease pain, and even burn fat. Learn more at redbedregen.com. Top of the order for the Warriors. And strike one looking to Swenson. 0 for 1 today, and he's trying to go oppo, lifted but shallow right. And Albrecht out there for the easy out. Kind of starting to feel like Snowcane's got to start getting some base runners here and put some guys into scoring position.
Yep, bottom of the fifth, down 6. They'd like to start getting stuff moving right now. I mean, game's coming to an end here soon. They're not a little bit more urgent. They might not end up coming back in this one.
And Butters has been great. As he gets ahead in the count again to Cruz Sechrist.
Yeah, Butters has been dealing all day today. I mean, he's given up 3 hits to a good Warriors lineup.
Yeah, this is a Snow Canyon team that comes in swinging it, man. I mean, they're swinging it, guys. I mean, they're hitting right around 350 as a team. That's an incredible number at the high school level. There's a shot through the hole for Cruz Sechrist. Much needed hit for SC. What'd you see from Crew there?
Just looks like a low pitch. Got his hands to it. Looked like a good barrel. Just a little bit low off the bat, but you'll take that all day. Hats off to Butters, too, for Mountain Crest. I mean, when you have a guy step up like this in the state tournament, I think you said he's pitched like 5 innings this year. To have a guy step up is just incredible like that. That's what you usually need to make a run in this thing. But great piece of hitting from Crew there.
Ledger Ship. Shout out to Ledger's older brother, Britt, my boy Britt. And he goes the other way. And a dirty bomb by Ledger Ship. And back-to-back hits for the Warriors. And their crowd making a little bit of noise.
Kept the hands inside there and pushed it over shortstop. That's just a good approach right there. I feel like, not trying to do too much. Being down a lot, it can be kind of stressful as a hitter. You're like, man, we got to get going. But great piece of hitting and 2 guys on.
Yeah, that pitch was even a little bit inside. He just all the way through it and pushed it out there just over the shortstop's head.
And remember, Ledger, I mean, he came into this game. He probably wasn't planning on hitting this game, to be honest. It's only his second varsity hit of the season, but They needed it right there to try to get a little something cooking here, down by 6 runs. Butters' pitch count still pretty good. He's at only 67, 68 pitches. This is 69, and Lindsey with a hot shot off the glove of Dieter. And a little transfer issue, so no throw home, and Snow Canyon's Sechrist cruises in, touches home plate, and it's now 8-3.
Yeah, that was almost a great catch out there at short, but just hits off the top of the glove, and Sam gets a hit for that. Kind of rolling right now. It looks like some pitches over the heart of the plate, and Snow Canyon's taking advantage.
On the replay there, you see Dieter, he just missed it, almost brought it back down. That would have been big for them. Might have gotten a double play out of that one.
Dieter kind of seemed a little frustrated that he didn't make that play, which you got to love if you're an MC fan. Guy that wants to make every play. I mean, it was elevated. I didn't see how far he got off the turf, but he was elevated.
Yeah, he was up there for sure.
So 8-3. Warriors all of a sudden who have doubled their hit production in the last 3 at-bats. They had 3 hits. Now they got 6. And there's a swing and a charge into the alleyway, and this could be trouble. And Hayden Smith's going to 1-hop, 2-hop to the wall. 1 run will score. Another run will come home. And here come the Warriors as Hayden Smith's fired up with a stand-up 2 RBI double. 4 straight hits, guys.
That's exactly what you're looking for if you're Snow Canyon right there, you know. Get some singles, get 3 hits in a row, and then a big shot into the gap right there.
Ben Blaster's blast of the game all the way to the wall. Coach Sechrist, his favorite motion in baseball, the windmill.
Cranking them around. Now, good piece right there. That'll get the Warriors dugout going.
Yeah,
liven them up a little bit.
Yeah, now the dugout's into it. This momentum's swinging back a little bit towards the Warriors here.
I like this visit from Coach Hansen. Right? Just might not go get him here, but just, hey, okay, 8-5, still got a 3-run lead.
Just once again, just calming him down. I mean, he's been throwing good up until this inning. He's still throwing good. The Warriors are just getting a little bit more aggressive and finally able to get a couple barrels and get a couple hits. But I mean, Butters has been cruising pretty much up until this point.
Damon Ince will step in. Can we get another one in a row? That's what Snow Canyon Warrior Nation would like to see. Butters, after the mound visit, would like to kind of regroup and get back to getting some outs here. Still just 1 away in this bottom of the 5th. Already 3 runs in. Adams Wealth Advisors stat line: 8 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Mustangs. 5 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Warriors. And there's a swing and a pulled shot, but it's right to the right fielder who'll come in a couple steps, make the play, and 2 away. Looked like for a second he got a little more of that one, but didn't get all of it.
Just right out to the right fielder there. Albrecht made a good play out there and right, and kept the runner at second base.
Last AB for Talon Kelly, he ripped one to the left side. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, you'd like to see Talon get another one of those right here and maybe score this run. Making it an 8-6 game feels a lot better. 2-run game.
Got a little text update about Ryder Harrison. Says he has a headache, and so I doubt he'll be coming back into the game. They'll probably put him on concussion protocol, and we hope he's all right and that he's doing good.
Yeah, ran into the wall. And there's a swing, and that one hit the center, but a lot of room out there and ranging over, and that'll do it for the inning as Budge makes the 3rd out. Through 5 complete innings, Mountain Crest maybe giving Snow Canyon a little life there with 3 hung on the board, but they still lead on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard 8-5 here on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey
Best
Mike's.
in the business. Zag protects it better.
Back here at UCCU Field, love where you bank. Our streaming sponsor on KSLSports.com, Boulevard Home, our radio title sponsor of the 4A State Championships, Devin Dixon, Kansas City Crest, and joined by, I thought we were going to get Landon Fry, who's joining us for maybe one of the 2 innings, but he's having fun with us.
Might stick around the whole game.
Yeah. Current Utah Ute.
Having a good time up here.
I might have to come up to Smith. What time you guys play again?
6:30 tomorrow, I believe.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We still don't know if we'll have any games tomorrow. We could have 2 games tomorrow. Depends on what happens the rest of the way on this one. And if Snow Canyon comes back and wins, they go right to Friday. If Mountain Crest wins, these 2 teams will play at 4 o'clock tomorrow. If Dixie wins the nightcap tonight, then they won't play tomorrow. But if Crimson does, they'll be playing tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Great play over there.
Big play by Talon Kelly over there. The little drop step, drop down to his butt, pop back up. Nice throw, nice strong throw over there at first.
Yeah, not an easy play over there at third.
Yep.
Third base, tough position. I tried to play there in high school and had to give it up.
I played there for a while in my sophomore year.
Yeah, you did. I remember that.
Yeah.
And now you're playing that quite a bit at Utah.
Yeah. Didn't play it for 2 years and then right back to it in college, so.
Good to have versatility, though. Coaches like that.
Yeah, I will say that's one of the fastest ways to get on the field.
You played mostly shortstop in high school, though.
Yeah, I think I played 2 years there after my sophomore year at third. And then got to college and was supposed to play third, actually, my freshman year, and then got switched to second, ended up playing the entire year there, and then what do you know, the next year I'm right back at third. So being versatile definitely helps you getting on the field.
Lyon, 2-1 pitch, popped up. Smith giving chase, sliding, but he gets into the front row. And a souvenir for a lucky fan.
Yep, the more versatility you have, the more positions you can play, the more often you'll find yourself in the lineup.
Yep.
They won't let you pitch a bullpen nowadays, though, will they?
No, they won't. I wish. It'd be fun.
We had Cooper Vest on, and he said they were on a road trip for BYU last week, and he actually threw a bullpen, and it's kind of the emergency pitcher. Coach Pratt said, hey, you got hurt again pitching. I couldn't sleep at night, so don't expect to see him pitching anytime soon. BYU's had some injuries. Former Desert Hills star Peyton Gubler, he had to have surgery a couple weeks ago. They had to shut him down. It's fun to see all the alumni out of St. George moving on to the next level. There's so many seniors, even some juniors that have already committed out of Southern Utah. And Lyon wanted that one but didn't get that call, and Andrew Nilsson draws the walk.
Yeah, it's fun playing in Southern Utah against all the competition. It seems like every team has guys going to college, and just makes it really competitive and like just about as good of a high school experience as you can get.
You have to go back to 2012 since somebody other than a Region 9 or 10, since they moved to Region 10 for this 2-year realignment from good old Region 9, and they're going to be moving back to Region 9 next fall. Since somebody else has won it. Been the St. George-based team.
And that was
last 10 years.
Snow Canyon, it was in 2012, right? And, or
maybe it was 2011.
It might have been 2011. I think that's when Snow Canyon lost to Spanish Fork.
That was the last time, Spanish Fork, you're exactly right. That was the last time somebody other than a team from down south won the state championship. And Mount Crest is got a chance to live to fight another day. They're leading right now 8-5. There's 4 teams left right now, guys. Dixie, Snow Canyon, Crimson, and this Mountain Crest team. Nilsson going to try to steal a base. It's going to be a nice one-hop grab, and the tag is applied by Crew Seekers. That's a heck of a snag by Crew.
I don't know if that was a called pitch out, but it was perfectly. It was in the left-handed batter's box, and Smith came up firing. Just a perfect throw down to Crew right here.
Watch the hop. This is a tough hop to handle. It short hops him a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess it came up enough, but not high enough he couldn't get the tag back.
Just a good throw right there.
Yeah, great job to keep that throw down, too. The last place you want to miss is up and have it go into center.
Give up another bag or something.
Nilsson's not a burner by any means. And Hayden Smith hosed him.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a called pitch out, but sure worked like one.
2-2 the count on Hornsby. Hornsby 1 for 2 today. He'll step out.
Mountain Crest has been in this spot a few times. I know we played them in the state championship my senior year 2 years ago. So they've made some runs for an up north team.
Yeah, well coached. Got some dudes, no question about it. And a shot through the hole. There's a dude, Hornsby, going the other way. He fought one off last at bat, and he kind of goes oppo the very next at bat, and he's now 2 for 3.
It's a nice base knock in the 5-6 hole for Hornsby.
Yeah, great hitting approach. It's hard to go the other way if you're not looking to go the other way, especially with 2 strikes. It's just a great battle.
Kelly dove, but a couple feet shy of getting to that ball. Even if he gets to it, I don't know if he has a play. Appreciate Wilkinson's House of Lighting, our scoreboard sponsor. From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Lion, all the way up to 51 pitches.
Another slider right there. He's loving that inside slider to righties. Just coming, looks like it's coming at you, and then breaks last second for a strike.
That looked like just straight fastball, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a heater for sure. It's a little bit pitching backwards a little bit, and usually you go with the hard stuff in, slow stuff away, but he's mixing it up, doing a good job right there.
Definitely knows how to pitch. Been pitching probably since he was 2 years old, so knows when to mix it up for sure.
It's definitely in the blood.
Pretty good pitching coach slash dad. I'm sure Boo's calling some of the pitches, and he probably trying to change it up a little, get these Mountain Crest. Here's off guard. They're seeing line now for the second time through here, coming in relief of Kyson Goes. Lion, and staying back on that off-speed pitch. He lifts it into left, drops for a nice little single. And another hit for this Mustang team. Swinging it.
It's always harder to get outs after that second time through, especially coming in as a reliever. Once they've already seen you once, you have to figure out different ways to get guys out because they're trying to make adjustments. They're trying to figure out, what you're going to throw and just make the adjustment from their last at bat.
Last time Riley Maddock was at the plate, he went off the wall, and Ryder Harrison had to leave the game, which what we're hearing could be just concussion protocol, and he has not come back. Maddock has 3 RBI on the day. He's 2 for 3. The 0-1 pitch coming here from Lyon, who's taking a look at the runner out at second. That's Hornsby. Budge is over at first. Now come to the plate, but time granted.
Another long hold. Maddock just calling time.
Rook kind of pat himself on the chest. Said, that's on me.
That's another rule that's a little different in college baseball this year with the pitch clock. Can't call time as a hitter anymore, so you got to just stand out there for the 20 seconds, which gets kind of long sometimes.
Do you like it overall, though?
Yeah, it speeds the game up for sure, which I think is kind of the whole goal of that pitch clock. But it definitely has changed the dynamic of kind of being in the box and even on the bases, because if you want to reset the clock, you got to pick off. So teams have had to put in emergency pickoffs just so if you're running out of time, you can pick.
Yeah, different dynamic.
Yep.
0-2 to Maddox. And that slider again, just missing off the plate.
My thing with the pitch clock is you, as a hitter, someone, buzzes your tower a little bit, comes up and in. You want to take a little time to reset, but you got to be back in the box. Otherwise, you're going to get a called strike on you. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Advantage pitcher.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And scoring seems up in college baseball to me.
Yeah.
Even though I just said advantage pitcher, I mean, I don't know what the statistics are nationwide.
I know that I saw a stat the other day that we've hit about, like, Division I baseball's hit almost double the home runs they hit last year.
Okay.
So the home run has definitely been up.
You can't just say, the wind's blowing out everywhere across the country.
Yeah.
Shots of Secret, he'll go to third after he dove to get to it. And again, probably saved a run if it gets past him, but no chance to make a play. Tried to go to the shortest base available to him as he was diving towards third. A good hustle to beat that throw. He just couldn't put enough on it.
Yeah, just not enough juice on that throw. I think it had like a two-hopper over there. Just didn't have enough. You had to get rid of it,
and bases juiced.
Yep.
So you just saw Snowcannon get 3 back. Mount Crest is leading 8-5. And now all of a sudden with 2 outs, if you ever needed a strikeout from Andrew Line, it might be right now. And fastball outside, ball 1.
Palmer 1 for 2 on the day. Been swinging it good.
Yeah, he has. Even the last couple days. And he'd love to break this game back open. And that one outside, and here comes Hayden Smith. Quick chat on the mound, or in front of the mound. Smith just gives him the ball back. What'd he say?
Probably just trying to calm him down there. Maybe he was talking about a pitch that he was going to go to. To me, as a pitcher, I'm thinking, all right, 2-0, bases juice. This guy's probably looking for a heater. I'm going to see if I can get me over slider here. We'll see what he goes with.
And
goes with the heater.
Yep. And it's called strike.
Yep.
2-1 the count now. On Palmer. Lucas Palmer, second baseman. Slight wiggle of the bat. Andrew Lyon challenged him again with the fastball, and it's fouled out of play. And it's 2-2.
Doing a good job to get back into this count, Lyon is.
And now you can maybe go to that slider again. Try to get him to chase something, starting down and away. Or you can throw the heater.
I mean, he was late on that one.
Yeah.
Might go inside with a fastball. Not sure what that one was.
Kind of looked like maybe a changeup that backed up. Yeah. Kind of had a way different spin than his fastball and his slider.
Yeah, definitely less velocity there. Wasn't a fastball, that's for sure. Regardless, I think Andrew thought he had him.
Yeah.
But now count full. Runners are going. And a pop-up into center. Lindsey underneath it, and they leave him full.
Big to get out of that one with no damage.
Mountain Crest really could have got some runs right back, but Andrew Lyon induces the pop-up. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 8-5 ball game here on the Fan Sports Network and KSLSports.com inside the 4A State Baseball Championship. Stay with us.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Wade. Cedar City.
Chillers Plus across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart next to Modern Warriors.
All right, we're back here, Utah Valley, and shout out to Brock because we were off last. It was 9 years ago the last time somebody else won a state championship. I remember the Spanish Fork championship, but actually Grantsville won it in the spring of 2014. Yeah. 9 years ago.
Still long.
I was thinking it was 10. You were thinking it was 11. We were just like, and I do remember the Spanish Fork championship, and they were the same class as our. Now they're up at 5A.
Yep.
Now.
That Spanish Fork team was good. I was probably about 11 or 12 watching my older brother play in that one, and can't remember the kids. Something Porter.
Yeah.
Went to North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Real hard.
Yeah. Brock Porter's older brother, Cade. Brock Porter is the younger brother, the kid you're talking about. Ended up having some injuries and stuff, and I don't think he ever got to the bigs, but I know exactly who you're talking about, Troy Porter's sons. I only know this because Brock Porter, his little brother, played high school golf with my son. They moved from Spanish Fork down to St. George. They were teammates for the last 2 years. Brock's a really good golfer. He was just a sophomore this year. He'll just be a junior in the fall. I know exactly who you're talking about. He threw gas.
Yeah.
Chopper foul. 8-5 ball game as we fire up top of the 6th inning. Devin Dixon, Candace Sechrist, and joined by sophomore Utah U, Landon Fry. And the answer to the trivia question we asked earlier, Landon, is?
I think 250 on the dot, Devin.
250 on the dot. You hit 330 as a freshman.
I did. Yes, I did.
It's pitching better than Pac-12 this year?
I'd say it's pretty much the same. I mean, I faced a lot of the guys I faced last year. I think the scouting report is a little bit better on me this year.
Makes sense. And I'm sure you probably hit some balls hard right to dudes. That happens on occasion.
Yeah, I mean, last night I crushed 2 balls that got caught. So just baseball, happens.
What did the chart say? What was how many miles per hour on the exit velo?
I think the one I hit last night that the pitcher actually caught was like 102.
Whew.
Yeah.
Look, he caught it.
Yeah.
Ground out. And here is Loveland, and Loveland looking for a little Texas leaguer, and he got it. It drops in, diving attempt down right field by Albrecht. And Loveland will put the brakes on, and it will be a 1-out single. And back to the top of the order for the Warriors.
Sometimes that's exactly what you need to start a rally.
Bloop and a blast.
Yeah.
Bloop and a blast.
Didn't get a lot of it. A little short, compact swing. Albrecht tried to scoop basket, catch it, and
did it hit up with that?
Yeah, it looked like it didn't miss the web by much. Maybe get him on the wrist or something, the palm. I couldn't tell. Hit, and there's a swing by Swinson, and this is going to send the left fielder back, and it's going to be a beautiful catch out there in left field, and Loveland's going to have to go back to first base, just a deep out. And Mountain Crest fans making some noise. They're loving that.
Really nice catch by Burbank out there in left field. Took a hit away. Maybe even an RBI on that one.
And Swinson, who's been a hit machine, is 0 for 3, but he hit that one hard. He can't be mad about that at bat for Mikhail Swinson.
No.
And that's another thing. You can't look at batting average too much, because that doesn't show up on your batting average. Ball that was hit really hard gets caught versus something you get jammed on and maybe you get a hit. Batting average doesn't tell everything about a hitter.
Definitely something you got to be careful with looking at stats if you're looking at your own, because you could smoke 3 balls and get out and get jammed on 3 balls and get a hit. So it's just one of those things you gotta kind of take with a grain of salt.
Cruz Sechrist watching those first 2 pitches miss. Butters, starting pitcher, still out there slinging it. Sechrist through the hole, and that's a single. Loveland will stop at second. And the Warriors looking for a little 2-out rally, brought to you by Rally Stop. Stop by a Southern Utah or a Utah Rally Stop for all your pre- and post-game snacks, fuel, gas. Rally Stop.
Nice little ground ball in the 5-6 hole. Dieter lays out. Wasn't able to come up with it, but...
Well, Seeker started 0 for 2, and now he's 2 for 4. He's starting to see the ball a little bit better now that he's seen Butters a couple times.
Yep.
Butters' pitch count up at 87. This will be 88. Ledger Ship getting his second AB of this game. Ledger 1 for 1 since he entered the game for Ryder Harrison when he ran into the wall trying to make a play off a Riley Maddock blast. And that one downstairs, I believe.
Yeah, a little bit. Looks like that was missed the zone low.
Which is tough to do because Ledger's not very big.
Ship's in the driver's seat now, 2-0 here.
And that one missing as well. So Butters maybe running out a little bit of gas here. I mean, look, he pitched 5 1/3, and we don't know how many bullpens he pitched in practice, and we don't know how many inter-squad innings he got this year, but probably not many with the snow and the late start up at Mountain Crest. So this is strike one. Ledger started to go, thought it was a walk, maybe inside, and the umpire says, nope, stay right here.
Trying to sell it.
I think if you're Butters here, you got to do everything you can to not walk Ship. I mean, coming up with the bases loaded and Lindsay up is not an ideal situation.
Yeah, he just had a couple hits already in this game. Lindsay's seen it well, and Ledger thought, I think he's taken there. He's trying to get a board to load him up for Sam. I mean, this is only his, I think, 10th at bat of the season. 2 for 10 this year. And that includes the hit he had in his last AB here today.
Definitely don't want to go down looking here. Choke up. Try to put the bat on the ball right here.
Yeah, he's got good speed. Throw to second. Oh, and he gets away. They throw it to second. It gets into center. And both base runners will advance as Sechrist reacted and got to second as well. And now things tighten up just a little bit here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mountain Crest leading 8-5. Take a look at what happened here. He threw it behind Loveland, and I think Dieter couldn't see it until it was already past him.
Looking down in the Mountain Crest bullpen right now, and their coach gave him a hat, so they got somebody ready to go.
Ship, little late on that pitch, fouls it off though, down the left field third base line. Ship, a left-handed batter going against Butters, the right-handed pitcher. Later stages of this game. Snow Canyon knows that if they win it, they get a off day tomorrow, but they got to come from behind again for the 3rd day in a row. Shot to second. Oh, it ate him up. It ate up Palmer, went right under his glove, and that's going to score a run.
They're going to get them both.
And a second run, this Sechrist comes in, and it's a 1-run lead, 8-7. Oh my goodness. Things just got very interesting.
Got to give credit to Ship here for hitting this ball hard, making it a tough play for the second baseman.
And that turf bounce, guys, it does skip true.
Yep.
But if you're not used to playing on turf, you're not sure the hop, right? You do get the true hop, but you don't know how high it's going to hop because these guys play on grass fields all season long.
Yeah, playing on turf and going from real surface to turf is definitely an adjustment that you got to make as an infielder. And even an outfielder, you know, some of those balls come down and bounce way higher than it would on a natural field.
And even different fields, different turf plays different. I remember before Salt Lake Community College got their new turf, their field played really fast, and it was almost like concrete. And so it played a lot different than I'm sure UVU and BYU plays. So it depends on what turf.
Seeing Ryder Harrison come out to give some love to Ledger Ship, who's talking with Coach Sechrist. Pitching change here. You heard and saw, for our streaming audience, a good round of applause for Butters. I mean, he is going to leave with a chance to still get the win. But all of a sudden, it's an 8-7 game. Mountain Crest is, 4 defensive outs away from winning this game and playing again tomorrow. And the new pitcher into the game is, I didn't catch a number here. It's number 7. And I'll check on that. So we got a new pitcher here. What did you see from Butters, though? You got to see a little effort. I mean, Warriors got 3 in the 5th, and now you know, an error has really given them 2 more runs. That's not his fault. Although Ship did hit it hard, that's still a play Palmer tell you I should have made.
He did his job, got the ground ball. I mean, he did get pieced up a little bit these last couple innings. You know, Mountain Crest is trying to save as much pitching as they possibly can. Maybe Butters was left in there a little bit too long, but you know, that's kind of what they have to do right now. Is they gotta save that pitching.
This is Hill in the pitch, 16 2/3. Appeared in 10 games as a pitcher, and he's 1-2, 1 save in his only save opportunity. Getting 22 hits on the year, 9 runs, 7 earned. Walked 3, struck out 11. Those are the numbers on Hill. 2.94 ERA, so some good numbers here as he comes in to try to save the day.
First pitch change up, taken down and away for a ball.
Hill high, 2-0.
Looked like the changeup that was another changeup that kind of pushed out and got up in the zone on him.
They've kind of been pitching around Lindsey this whole game. It feels like he's got a knock, but they've been very cautious.
And there's another knock. This one into right field, and a good cut there by Jeter. That could have scored it away. And now runners on first and second with 2 away. And here is an opportunity for the Warriors to maybe tie this game with another hit. And again, if you tuned in late, we talked about it in the pregame show. They've been the comeback kids in the state tournament. Ryder Harrison had a walk-off 3-2 win on Monday against Bear River. They come back and beat Mountain Crest yesterday 6-5. Can they do it for a 3rd day in a row?
Been down a lot. Been down a lot. Used to these spots.
Got a pinch runner.
I think you got to feel good having Smith at the plate here. Drove a gap last time. Looks like he's been hot. Seems like this is a guy that you'd want up right now.
The very beginning of this game, I mean, through 3 innings, I think the Warriors had, 2-3 hits maybe? And now they've evened it up here in the bottom of the 6th, 10-10 in the hit column.
Mountain Crest, Snow King walked in another good one for the 2nd consecutive day in the 4A State Baseball Championships. And there is a called strike. That'll change again.
That one looked like it had some break to it. Yeah, I think it might have been a slow curveball there.
Hill in relief. Sets and fires. There's the fastball just outside, says the home plate umpire.
Good spot there. Good spot there by Hill. Don't think it missed by much.
Aiden Smith, .352 batting average this year, 7 dingers, 13 doubles, 1 triple, 32 RBI. And an excellent catcher, just a junior, guys. Breaking ball, and this is going to be into the alleyway. It is going to get cut off, but that's going to score a run, and we are tied. Hayden Smith, an RBI single to right, 8-8 here late at UVU.
Just another good piece of hitting. I thought playing on the turf that he might be able to stretch this into a double, but it looks like Budge got there and cut it off quick, was able to get it in.
And Hayden Smith's fired up, man. Is he a fiery guy, Lando?
He was young. Yeah, he was young when I knew him, but from the looks of it, it looks like he's pretty pumped.
Well, he's having a night.
Yep.
He probably was a little more quiet when he was a freshman.
Somebody going to get a pretty good kid at the next level by the time it's all said and done the way he's playing.
For sure.
And just a junior, like you said, Devin. I mean, a lot of this Snow Canyon roster, a lot of juniors that are playing right now.
Smith is 3 for 4 today with 4 RBIs now. And Ince hits one, and Snow Canyon has the lead. He pulls it past the first baseman, J.C. Jones, an RBI single for Damon Ince. And here come the number 1 seeded Warriors Talked about a 354 team batting average. You know, Sechrist hits 400, Harrison 417, Lindsey hits a 384, Hafen's a 370 hitter. But it's everybody today, guys. I mean, everybody's getting in on the action.
Stepping up big. It took them a while to get going, but here in the later innings, like they have been the whole tournament, stepping it up.
And Talon Kelly, who's just a shade under 300, but has 3 home runs this year, and going to fight that first pitch off. Tank, probably going to be the Snow Canyon starting quarterback. He's 1 for 3 today. Not till the fall. He's not thinking about that right now. And they're going to swipe a bag in. No throw from Hornsby. And smart. Runner at third. You don't want to make a mistake there. Bottom 6th, already 4 runs scored here by the Warriors to take the lead.
And a lot of it done with 2 outs. Same as the bottom of the 5th. 2 out run support for Snow Canyon.
And this is their first lead of the game, guys. They have trailed until moments ago.
He'll have the right idea there with the high fastball, the 0-2 high fastball. Just got it up a little bit too high. Talon takes it.
And this is kind of stinging right now for one guy in particular. Mustang second baseman that had that ball skip low under the mitt. That could have ended this inning.
Yep, just a hard hit ground ball to Palmer, and he tried to backhand it and just misplayed it off the turf.
And Tank Kelly takes that one outside. 3-2. Count rolls full. And if you're Mountain Crest, I mean, you're only chasing 1 right now. But if you give up a hit here, so Candy can add a couple insurance runs. Kelly pops it up out of play, foul ball.
Fights it off.
Good fight there with 2 strikes. Just not letting anything close go.
Hayden Smith, we're going to give him our Red Bed Regeneration Energy play of the game for that, just because of his energy reaction.
Electric.
He tied the game, and then Ince has given the Warriors the lead. And now Kelly and Hill are locked in a little battle as another one fought off out of play by Kelly. 2 down, 2 on, 4 in, 9-8. So Canyon has a 1-run lead. Full count pitch coming from Hill. Ooh.
Up and in.
Lost him. Had an open base, though. And Kelly is aboard, and here comes Corbin Hafen.
Yeah, nothing hurt right there. You got a force everywhere. Makes it a little bit easier on your defense to get an out here. Not the worst thing that could happen there. And Hill's been around the zone, so.
Flyers and Mustangs next. It'll be about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. But we haven't settled anything, guys. This has gotten good late in this game. And Snow Canyon, you look up at the scoreboard, they were down 8-2 going to the bottom of the 5th, and all of a sudden here we are on the bottom of the 6th, and they lead 9-8. Mountain Crest fans got to be stunned right now. Warrior fans got to feel really good. With the bases still loaded here and their first lead of the night, Hafen fights it off. 1-1 the count now on the junior, Corbin Hafen. I remember watching him when the Snow Canyon Little League team was in San Bernardino a few years ago. And there's a slow over to second. Palmer bobbles the handle. The throw pulls J.C. Jones off the bag, but he got his foot on there as he gloved it for out number 3. But 4 runs on 4 hits, and now the Warriors on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard have a 9-8 lead. And Mountain Crest, now they need it to score, or at least try to get this game, maybe score 2 here. We'll see. We go to the 7th when we come back, and Palmer redeeming himself a little bit there, but it was close. Good play there by Palmer, though. 9-8. Don't touch that dial.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Settle in for the 7th. I'm stretching, but boy, oh boy, things are tight on the field as you've got a one-run game, and Mount Crest has seen Snow Canyon come back and take the lead. Wyatt Albrecht will lead off here in the top half of the inning. So you got the bottom part of the order here for Coach Hansen, who I'm sure said, hey guys, we're good. Let's go rattle the bats. And Jackson Kirby is in the pitch. Kirby had to sit out one day's rest because he came in the back end of Cody Herman on Monday, and he did a really nice job. So Coach Seacrest going back to Kirby, who has pitched incredible all year. Hadn't got a lot of varsity innings, but he's been solid. He's a kid that they really didn't have a position for, so Coach Seacrest said, hey, you want to pitch? And he's really gotten stronger and better and better. And now as a junior, here he is, a chance to try to grab a save and push Snow Canyon straight to the state championship on Friday in a best-of-3.
Like you said, he was solid earlier this week, and the Warriors got a lot of faith in him.
Seacrest going back, and that is a diving effort out there and left by Ince, and it's a hit. A little C-nice single by Albrecht, and the tying run is aboard.
Good start for Mountain Crest right there. Another just little ball that found a hole. It's happened a lot for them, and they've been able to capitalize off it, so we'll see what they do here.
I mean, that is, 6-7 inches outside, and he just able to fight it into shallow field. Good effort by Ince, but couldn't keep it off the turf here. And here's Burbank. He represents the go-ahead run. And Kirby, get you his numbers.
Ledger shifts way over.
Doing a bunt, but he popped it up, and Hayden Smith's going to go squeeze it in the catcher's glove for out number 1. It's a big out.
Big out for Snow Canyon right there.
Trying to go small ball. I like the decision, just couldn't execute and lay that bunt down. Where was that pitch at? Was it elevated in the zone?
I think it was a little bit up. Just wasn't behind it enough on the bunt, and just right off the top of the bat and popped it up. And Smith made a good play, jumping out of the squat right there and chasing that ball down the third baseline.
He waits to show bunt Kirby till after Kirby had already, and it wasn't waist high. Yeah.
I think that's the right call there. Trying to get the tying run to second base, get it in scoring position, make a hit, tie it.
Yeah, Coach Hansen knows what he's doing. Learn from the best. His pops. 1-0 pitch to Dieter. Back to the top of the order. Here is Dieter, the shortstop. Dieter's 2 for 3. You like this kid in this spot. Good wheels. Tough to double him up. And Kirby misses downstairs. And it's quickly 3-0 to Dieter.
Don't want to come all the way back here. A walk right here would not be great. Moving or running the tying run into scoring position.
And there's a strike right down Broadway by Kirby.
Yeah, I think if you're Kirby, basically just try to let him hit it right here because you don't want to give a free pass to get the guy in scoring position.
And there's strike 2. Devin Dixon, Kansas Seacrest, and Landon Fry here in the broadcast booth. Kind of fun to have Landon with us here. former Snow Canyon star, now a sophomore for the Utah U baseball team. There's a slow roller off the glove of Kirby. It's in trouble, and Ship has no play by the time he gets to it. Everybody is safe. So 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the 7th.
That's another tough one right there. The ball, I mean, it's hit right towards Ledger, but as a pitcher, you want to be an athlete. You want to make that play, and you're not necessarily thinking about that.
It's reactionary.
Exactly. You're trying to get a glove on it so that it doesn't go through the middle, but when you're looking at it from a viewer's perspective, maybe it would have been better had he not touched that ball. I think Ledger, I mean, at least they get 1 out there if.
Yeah, we've got a Nets on Fire meeting on the mound. Nets on Fire elevate your training in the offseason at the indoor basketball facility for full courts. Right there next to Intermountain Sports Performance. You can kind of double dip. You can get some speed and agility, work on your vertical leap, and get some skill work in, get on the gun, shoot some triples at Nets on Fire and Intermountain Sports Performance, 2 of our great sponsors here. Coming up, we'll have some awards to hand out. Boy, we're going to have to sort some things out. AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. We'll pick a First Ace Harbor Player of the Game. We'll name one for each team at the conclusion of this one. We've got our Defensive Play of the Game. We've seen some great defensive plays in this one. Kirby looks calm, guys, as Brandon Line is talking about what he wants in this situation.
Yep, I think just going up there, talking to the whole infield about what they're going to do defensively with 1 out, guys on first and second. You wouldn't think that they're going to bunt here, but probably just preparing them for what they're going to do. Maybe telling Crew that, you know, if he gets a ball to his backhand, telling Talon, make sure you're at third base. Just talking strategy, making sure they know what they're going to do when they get the ball, if they get the ball.
291, the batting average for J.C. Jones, as he is at the plate here in the 7th.
1 for 4 today.
And that first hit was that double down the line to start the hit parade for Mountain Crest. But now you look up. 17 combined runs, Snow Canyon leading 9-8. Both teams exactly 12 hits each. 2 errors for the Mustangs, 1 error for the Warriors. And there's a fastball from Kirby for a strike at the knees. 1-1 the count. Kirby, 2.02 ERA this year, and a little blue, could be trouble. Into the alleyway, going over Lindsey, can't get to it. The runner had to hold, though, as Lindsey was diving, so he will not score. But runners at second and third with just 1 out. Lindsey trying to track that ball down in the gap in right center, and he couldn't get to it.
It's a tough read by Bradfield at second base because you don't want to start taking off because he was close to making this play. Lindsey laying out in center or right center field. If he catches that and you're taking off towards home plate, you're probably going to get doubled off. So I think it was the right decision as a base runner. Maybe you take a couple steps off second base. I don't know.
It's a great point. Yeah, I mean, he dives and catches it, and you're all the way to third. He gets up and throws a second. Game over.
Yep.
There's still only 1 out, and now runners at second and third for Mr. Andrew Nielsen, who's got a chance to possibly become the Mustang hero. Kirby doesn't break back over the plate. Kirby this year, 27 2/3. He's seen quite a bit of work. Only giving up 8 earned runs all year, 6 walks, 42 Ks. So he's got strikeout
stuff for sure.
Yeah, strikeout horsepower, whatever you want to say there. There's a one he buzzed past Nielsen. 1-2 the count now. Smith sets up down and away, and that's where he placed that, and Nielsen fought it off.
Great piece of hitting right there to fight that off. Don't want to go down looking right here. Got to put the ball in play any way you can, so that's great hitting right there.
Yeah, you can see where Smith was set up, and that's exactly where Kirby put that.
Nielsen's a good hitter. He's been swinging it well.
And that one was close as Nielsen watches it just miss for ball 2. 2-2 the count. 9-8. Warriors lead by 1. 2 on. Or no, bases are loaded, excuse me, after the Jones hit. But they could not tie this game.
Spoils another right there. Not going down. He's a tough out. He's a tough out for sure.
Kirby rocks, fires, got him. S&S Mechanical strikeout by Kirby, and the Warriors are an out away from a state championship appearance on Friday and an off day tomorrow. But the bases are still loaded for Hornsby.
It's tough to get up to that high fastball.
Hornsby is a junior.
Got a couple hits on the day.
Here comes Hayden Smith. Did they want to balk
People
there?
are yelling for balk. I don't know what could we get a replay on that?
Do we have that again, Dusty Allen, our producer?
To me, it looked like he stepped off, but maybe I saw it wrong. He broke his hands before he stepped off. So we'll see what they're going to say here. That should have been a balk. Looking back at it, he broke his hands before he stepped off the rubber.
And the junior maybe got away with one there, huh? The big moment, because that would have scored a run.
Yep,
that would have tied the game potentially. Wow. And down low, still Mount Crest. Down to their final out, but the bases are loaded. This feels a lot like every Snow Canyon game this week. And this feels a little bit like the Bear River Desert Hills game on Tuesday. And there's a fastball, 1-1. The count is Hornsby was taking.
There hasn't been an easy game for the Snow Canyon Warriors in the 1 seed in the rankings. All their games have been tough.
Here's Kirby. And it's right back to Kirby. He fields it. He runs it over, underhands it, and Snow Canyon's got a date this weekend in the ship.
Wow. That's unbelievable. The 5th and the 6th inning, the Warriors finally turned it on and brought it back. Comeback again for the Warriors. Comeback win.
And we saw Kirby have the one ricochet off his mitt. This one was hit more to him. And he was able to field it. Smart to run it over. Short underhand toss. And the Warriors, who were down in this game at one point after 5 innings, they were down 8-2, and they come back and win it 9-8. We'll clean it all up. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show right after this message from our great local sponsors. Again, the final on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, 9-8. Warriors win it.